Lori with Rockenco Crafts. I want to thank you for joining me. Today is Snowflake Day. These are the new Let's Resin Snowflake molds that I recently purchased, and I unboxed those in the unboxing snowflakes and other fun stuff video. If you didn't see that, I will put a link to it in the description box below. Something I wanted to point out on these, like there's two that have the little ring already in the mold. Now, the other four, there's a little clear tab thing. I don't know what to call it. It's a little round thing that you pop out. I actually used an X-Acto knife to help me a little bit because I was afraid I would tear it. And then when you place it in this hole, there's a little Humpty Doo in the back. Let me see if I can get that placed in there and give you a look in there, so that it should make a hanger if I have it in there correctly. Let me see if I can you see down in there, I hope. Now what I want to do, and I did not measure these with water because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to dry them all the way out, and water and resin do not go well together. So let me turn these over. I went ahead and mixed 100, yeah, that's in there, 140 milliliters of resin. No, excuse me, 120. I think I want to start with the biggest one first. And I have, let me get these pigments over here. I don't know if I'm going to need this one. I'm going to try to make it somewhat translucent. So I have some white pigment, some dark blue pigment, and then a lighter blue pigment. And I'm just going to not exactly do a puddle pour, but let me see if I can get these mixed first. And these are cups that I've used before, as you can tell, because I do plan on also mixing some of the Glitz Brilliant glitter. I love this glitter, but I hope to make them somewhat opaque, because if you're hanging them on a tree, or let me get a stir stick here. If you're hanging them on a tree or maybe on some garland with some lights behind, I kind of want that sparkle to come through. I'm going to start with the light blue because I'm not too sure. I may need to add a little white to it. Let me put 4 drops in there and see what we have, because I don't want it too dark, because I want to be able to tell the difference between the dark blue and the light blue. That was 4 drops. I think I'm going to add 2 more drops. 2 or 3. 1, 2. Let's go ahead and do 3. That's 7 drops. But what I want to do is like pour one color, then the next, and then see what it does. So, let me see if you can see down in there. It's not too dark. It is translucent, which is kind of what I'm going for. I'm going to let this sit for a second, and I'm going to mix the other blue, because I kind of want to make sure, I definitely want to make sure that there's a difference as far as the color. I want it to be much darker than this one so that you can tell the difference. And then I will probably pour just maybe some white in between. Let's see, 7 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Ideally, there will be a big difference in the 2 blues. Oh, yes. This is a really pretty blue. And for me, I like the blue, the white, the silver, those sort of Christmassy colors. I like the green and the red as well, but I prefer the blues. So now that I know that those are, I'm going to wait on the glitter. I'm going to add glitter too, but let me go ahead and mix the white. I'm running out of room. And then I'll go back in with the glitter. I just hope to make some pretty blingy Christmas ornaments. Whether that be for the tree, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Whether that be for the tree or to hang on garland. Or for that matter, oftentimes when I wrap Christmas gifts, I will hand make something and place it on the gift as well on the outside by the tag. I believe I may need a little more white. That white is just not quite white enough. And maybe I should have used pigment paste on the white, but I didn't. Ooh, that was definitely more than just a drop. Let's see if I think that'll be enough. Yeah, I think it will. I hope it will. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead then and add some glitter. And I do want it blingy because ideally the Christmas lights will cause the glitter to sparkle as well. That's a full overloaded spoonful that I'm putting in here. Let's see if I can show you. It's just pretty overloaded. I love this glitter. So glad I found it. All right, let's stir some more. And then let them kind of degas. That glitter is just so, so, so pretty. I set that out of the way. Clean my stick. Stir the light blue. Again, that glitter is just so pretty. Put that out of the way and stir the dark blue. And then decide how I want to start pouring. And I don't know if I mixed enough resin or not. I didn't measure them because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get the molds all the way dried out. And I don't want water, and that's so pretty, water in there because resin does not like water. Alrighty. Now, let me get a clean alcohol wipe and think about how I want to pour these. I do think I want to start with the largest, and I'm not sure. I think I'm just going to make a puddle in the center, and whatever happens, happens, because I've never poured them. I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna puddle in the center, starting with the dark blue. Then I want some white. And then some light blue. And then I'm going to let it sit for a while. Allow it to spread down in here because it does look like I will definitely need to. That just all looks light blue. That did not turn out well. But it looks like I will need to kind of pinch each one of the tips of the flakes just because of the whole bubble thing. Okay, let's do one of these. I'm almost to the point to where I may pour individual colors. Let me see if I can get this in just like the tips. I don't know how well this is going to work out. These are small molds and they're very detailed. Let me see if I can hurry up and get some white in the center. It may be too late. We'll see what happens there. Again, I need to give it time to spread because I want to make sure I get it up in here. And now I think this one, I'm just going to pour one individual color. I need to add some more to this one. And I may not have mixed enough because I just guessed. And hopefully that little tab thingy is in there. Just pour a little more in here. And I think if I have to mix more to finish them, I may actually try to do them the next set or the next round, if I have to do another round, opaque and use some mica powder. Let's see if I can't get that in there. Let that set for a minute. Just grab the light blue and do a little something with it. If it appears that I don't know what I'm doing, it's because I don't know what I'm doing. I said light blue, but I think I'm going to take the white in here. I need to slow down and give it time to spread to the edges, because I do worry about bubble pits in the very tips. And I don't know that there's an easy way. I may try to take the tool down in there, the little dotting tool. I don't know how difficult that's going to be or how messy. Now let's take some light blue. This one could use some more white. And maybe I won't get them all poured today. And let's pour some light blue in this one. The glitter's really sparkly. I may not get them all poured. I may end up not getting one poured. But if it's just one, that's not a big deal. Let me go ahead and try and get down in these little tips. And hope my little stick thingy, I don't even know what it's called, is in there well. I'm going to finish off the light blue in here. Just looking down, I know you can't see it as well on camera. I'll try and bring you down here to give you a peek. See, the glitter is gorgeous in these colors. And again, the tips, I want to make sure that the tips are good and pinched. I don't want any bubbles in there. I got my finger in there. And I do see some spots that could be bubbles, because there's little tips here too. I'm going to finish off the light blue. There's just a little bit in there. Scooch that out of the way and see if I think this one could use a little more. I may add just a little more white to this one. Just a little, because that's pretty full. This one looks like it has more room, so let me add some more white to this one. That's looking good. I still have a little bit of dark blue left. I think this one could use some more, but I almost think this one could use some more as well. Let me put a little bit in here. I'm going to finish it off in there because it does look like it could use some more. So yeah, trying the 3 different colors didn't work out well. Maybe if I had used mica powder, it would. Then I have a little tiny bit of white left, and I'm wondering if I don't want to just, because I have a little bit of room in here still. I can definitely see the room in here. We'll see. We'll see if it messes it up or not. And I may not have poured enough. I may actually have to add a coat to it. But if I do, it'll be a clear coat, and I will do that off camera. But I'm going to give them an opportunity to sit for a few hours first. So 120 was not enough. But I'm still excited about these. Well, that's what we have going on so far. It does look like there's still a little bit of room in this one, and possibly this one. It's hard to tell on these. There's definitely room in this one and a tad in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these set for 2 hours, possibly 3. It's getting cold here now. It takes a little bit longer when it's cool. And then I'm just going to add a thin, clear coat to the top. And then I'll meet you back here when it's time for the unmolding. But before I go, let me see if I can get you down here so you can see, hopefully, just the pretty sparkles that glitter's giving off. This one looks kind of cool. I don't know what it's going to look like when it's done curing, but right now I like the way it looks. All right, well, that's what we have so far. And I will meet you back here when it's time for the unmolding. See you shortly. It is time for the unmolding. But before I do that, a couple of things. I did mix up some more and put just the tops on. Tried to dome them. And I mixed up enough that I had a little extra. So I just put it in this mold. And I kind of wish I would have done this mold first, simply because there's different depths to it, and I probably could have actually done the 3 different colors in this mold. Also, before I put the dome on it, right after I turned the camera off, I actually had to take my tool down in the bottom of these snowflakes and fish out some bubbles. So I hope that I got all the bubbles out. Now, just looking at them in the molds, they look so pretty. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start with this one that I wasn't even planning on pouring, but because I mixed enough extra, I could. Let's see if I can get that off of there without breaking it. There's a little bit of over pour on this one, but it is pretty. I just wish on this one that I would have poured it when I had all 3 colors mixed, because there's 3 different compartments that I think I could have poured it in and then came back and domed. But it is what it is. I will remember that for next time. Okay, I'm going to try this one. Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can get out these little, if you know what these are called, let me know in the comments below. The little things right in here. Oh, that popped right out. I have a little baggie because I don't want to lose them, even though there's like 2 on each mold, like an extra one. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't just pull these out. Those came out a lot easier than I expected. There's 2 on each mold, but I still don't want to, I don't want to lose them. Now let's see how challenging these are going to be to unmold. I know for me, I'm surprised. It was a bigger challenge to pour them than I had expected. I thought it would be pretty easy. Let me see if I can get this thing started here. There we go. Get a little air going in there. Just see. Don't want to break them. Almost there. And now let's see if I can get the center out. Oh, that is pretty. And it does look like the hole. I don't know if it's all the way through or not. I may have missed a little bit, but that's nothing that I can't use the hand drill on. Oh, that is so pretty. I love this one. All right, let's go ahead and we'll do this one. I know it's going to be it should be a little easier to unmold than the other two. I just think that, oh, look, it did show up 2 different colors. I think this is the one I poured the 3 in, but I don't expect to see 3 different colors. That would be so pretty just to put a little piece of ribbon on it and to tape it on top of a package, a gift. Oh, let's do the white one and see how hard this is going to be to unmold. I forgot the white one was even there. Because see if I can get some air down in there. I don't want to rip the molds, that's for sure. I'm having a little trouble with this one. Just trying to get some air down in it so that it'll come off a little easier. I think if I could get it off of just one of those little snowflake tips without ripping it. I just don't want to rip my molds. I just got these and I definitely want to pour them again. I think next time I'd like to try to use some mica powder and see how that turns out. Because even though, you know, it's almost Christmas season, so I'm thinking about Christmas, but you may be able to decorate something really cute with these for just for, you know, the winter season. Got part of it off. Yeah, I'm struggling with this one. I don't know if there's a better way to get it off or not. Now it's coming off, I think. See if I can get that up and over. I don't want to break the snowflakes. Almost have it here. One more. There we go. And yeah, there's still, I just didn't get that thing all the way down, but it's just oh, there, I see, I just scratched that off with my nail and the holes all the way through. That is so pretty. I love the one that's just white. Okay, let me move that one. I'm going to save this one for last. They are definitely a little more challenging also to unmold than I expected. I don't know why. I don't know why I expected it to be a breeze because there's a lot of details in these pretty snowflakes. See if I can't get it started here. Get a little air down in there. Here we go. Don't want to break my molds. And this one has these little extra things, so I'm having a little bit of trouble getting that mold out. Up and over that. I hate to use alcohol, but I think that's what I'm going to do. I just really don't want to tear these brand new molds. Let's see if we can get some alcohol down in there and move it around a little bit and see if we can't get this loosened. There we go. That's what it needed. I just hate using alcohol because I know it dries the molds out. Almost have it now. That's what it needed, just a little bit of alcohol. I may have to do the same thing with that one. Oh, please tell me I didn't just tear this. No, that was a little overpour. I thought I tore my mold. Nope, it's in good shape. That was just some overpour. Wow, look at that. So many little details, and I know that they don't all show up on the camera. A lot of details, but I do have some overpour on this one that I can just take an X-Acto knife to. All right, I'm going to see if I can get this one at least a little bit of air in it, and I'm going to go ahead and use the alcohol because this is definitely, they're definitely a lot harder to unmold than I had expected. Let's see if I can get just something loose here. Wow. And if you've poured these before and you have any recommendations as far as pouring and unmolding, let me know in the comments below. Also, I'm getting a little bitty loose area right here. So let me see if I can loosen it enough that I can get a little alcohol down in there. Don't want to tear the mold though. See if I can get a little tiny, see if I can. Now let me see if I can get some alcohol in there. I hope. It's still pretty snug as a bug in a rug on here. But yeah, I'm definitely struggling on the unmolding. And it may just be the way I'm doing it. Sorry about that, y'all. I didn't expect for it to take so long. But it's coming out now. Wow. Here we go. Definitely harder to unmold than I expected. Let me see if I can clean those drops up. Oh, look how pretty. Look how pretty that is. And it would look pretty if you're hanging on garland. There's the hole. I was looking for the hole. And I'm happy to say that here's a little bubble pit here. But I expected to see a lot of bubble pits. I really like this one. I really like this one, the two colors. This is the one that I poured all three, but they just pretty much blended together. But that's the snowflakes. It took a cool minute to unmold. I do love the way they turned out. Very, very blingy. I think of all the colors, though, I like this one, I think, the best. Just the way the colors came out. Let me know what you think of the final project in the comments below. I do want to thank you for watching and ask you to consider hitting the like, share, and if you haven't already, the subscribe buttons. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much.